live on Facebook and getting ready to be live on YouTube. Yep, there we go. Live on YouTube. Waiting for everybody to come on in. Good morning. Good morning. Gabriel Hernandez, Jizzy Mack, what's going on? Thank you for joining the show. Yeah, we'll wait a couple seconds, let a few people get in here. Definitely a good morning. A lot of good news. Morning, Antonio, coming in there. Oh, yeah. The Truth, 7695. Thank you. Good morning. Oh, yeah. Come on in. How you doing, Tessa? Good to see you, too. Oh, yeah. So let's get it started. Today is Monday, June 18th. It is episode 190, and I am Bitcoin Zay. I will be doing solo Mondays. Shout out Gabriel Hernandez. Solo Mondays, and this is the Gentleman of Crypto, and we are here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10-ish. Today is definitely 10-ish day, but we will get into a lot of good news. So shout out Shannon Allen. How you doing? John Siebert. Yep, definitely solo today. So let's get into the free Bitcoin winner. Gabriel Hernandez, thank you for your amazing comment on our question based on what type of electrical or what type of wearable tech could you use to mine electricity, based on the story we did where you can mine electricity or mine Bitcoin using the electricity from a bicycle. His comment was well thought out. Very good idea. You should actually start looking at a patent for that. He actually says, one, you pay for a monthly gym membership. Then two, as you use the treadmills or ellipticals, the motion generates electricity that feeds back into basically the battery room or wherever they're mining. And the more you use the exercise machines, the more you generate electricity. Gym refunds a portion of you monthly, but they pay back in crypto. So definitely incentive there. The more you work out, the more Bitcoin you get, as well as the gym saves money on electricity. So great comment there, Gabriel Hernandez. We'll be sending you those free Satoshis. So a few more people coming in now. Let's see, Facebook people coming in. Oh, yeah, Alex Daly, what's going on? How's it going, Warriors? So let's jump in. Let's start off with a bit of good news. Square is actually the next company that has gotten a New York State cryptocurrency license. As you may have seen this morning early, Reuters actually reported that the payments company, they got the license that a lot of companies have been, trying to get for years. I think they're number 7 or 8 now. We've reported on ItBit and a few other places that have gotten that license. This license basically makes Square available in New York or to New York citizens, which allows them to sell Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Of course, this bit license, as we know here, is one of those things that people in New York, I mean, they got messed over pretty bad with that one, because they're making them go through them to sell in New York when it's available anywhere else. So good thing here is that, they're doing it a legitimate way. They got the license. So Square looks like it will be available. I will say, if you have stock in Square, last time when they first started the Bitcoin offering, they gained 34 million in revenue. And I believe that Jack Dorsey is definitely on the Bitcoin team long term. I mean, it's increasing his bottom line, and as far as the tech goes, it's a high demand. So let's see. Yep, really, that's how many licenses have been getting out. Yep, Jamal, that's what I'm saying. Jamal's in New York. I'm telling you, Jamal, they really messed over the people in New York, because as soon as, I believe it was Charlie Shrem and it was another guy in New York, they had the Bitcoin payment company in 2014. As soon as they went to jail for what they did, every company from that point forward had to get a bit license. So it's definitely, they're constricting it down to a few group of people, which we're used to in the economy. They want only a small group of people to win. However, I think that when the floodgates open, you can't control it. So that's one of the good things about onboarding a lot more people into the space. So shout out to Jack Dorsey, Square, and Twitter, and Cash App. I mean, their entire company is getting good ratings now because of that. So hopefully they stick with it. And this bit license, like we said, hopefully it gets, hopefully they sort of change it so more people can get into it, but I seriously doubt it. So good to see there. Moving forward, we actually have a fresh Dino of the day to start the week off. You may have heard of these dinos. It's a whole group of them. Their name is the Bank of International Settlements, BIS. If you have not seen this news right here, this report that is 24-page report full of garbage, basically. I mean, it's one of those reports that is sort of like the ones we've seen before, the Weissman ratings and some of these other reports. they're written by PR people. These are not people who are in the industry, in the space, and we'll go through it. The report basically, the headline here says crypto is not scalable enough to be money. However, they went through a whole litany of things that Bitcoin couldn't do or wouldn't do. One of the funniest things they said, of course, they keep mentioning the electricity that Bitcoin uses, when we've already seen proof that Bitcoin uses way less electricity to print money, to run industries, to do anything. It's way less electricity, and even when it scales up, it won't be on par with other industries, not even close, for a while. I don't think we'll be alive by the time that it reaches that type of electricity. We're talking about 2100. So the BIS, they said that the actual weakness of Bitcoin is that it was decentralized. That was their actual statement. They actually said that because the actual ledger is on different computers, it actually means that it's less safe. Whereas people should use more, outdated means of storing your money, which we all know is definitely, BIS is full of BS. This is one of those definitely media things right here. And I actually looked at their media center. This actual topic was written about by a PR group. If you want to look, I'll put the website here so you can look at their marketing team, so you can see what we usually see when we look up a lot of these stories. We look in the background, we find these people, and then you can see these are the people writing it, and then look at how much crypto experience they have. They don't have any. So they basically send them what to write, they write it, and then they go with it. So hopefully, with this fresh FUD that's come out from BIS, people don't get discouraged. However, they do have, a sort of stronghold because they deal with, big international settlements, the bank of banks, so to say. The report is notably focused only on cryptocurrencies that use proof of work, permissionless blockchains, although it acknowledges the existence of alternative consensus such as proof of stake, which we know already is going, as well as scaling solutions such as the Lightning Network, which they wouldn't touch the Lightning Network, which was pretty telling because they said that it's yet to be proved in practice. I've personally seen a lot of Lightning Network transactions happen, actually working on building apps for it now. So the fact that it hasn't happened doesn't mean that it's not coming, but I will say that the Lightning Network is something they can't really doubt that, because when you have instant and you have, almost close to zero, it's nothing you can really say there. So BIS, you will be getting this big roar today. So BIS, good old dinos of the day. Let's give them that loud roar. Oh yeah, sweet sound to my ears. Oh yeah, let's get these dinos out of here. This old way of thinking that, yes, the more centralized it is, the more safe it is. The coin's value, because it decreases, it can't be used as a medium of exchange. This is all stuff to scare you out of the fact that this technology is coming and the central bank can't let go of their stronghold. So just do with that as you will. So moving forward, two major Russian banks, they are looking to offer a crypto-based fund for retail investors. We have seen Russia lately in the news with crypto. They have had, some things to say about, they're not going to do a state-backed cryptocurrency, which I think they will, or that they want to allow ICOs, which they're actually planning on doing a public ICO. But this looks to see they're actually looking to test cryptocurrency-based investment options for retail investors. They call it a regulatory sandbox that they will use in order to track the digital financial assets. And they will take form in 6 different cryptocurrencies. They include Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and Litecoin. Not sure what the other 2 are, but they will include those 4. The deputy head of private, he's quoted as saying, "We want to offer our clients a completely transparent entry point for digital assets, fully in compliance with regulatory requirements, and which allows investment within Russia in a product that interests them." I bet you do. They definitely do not want to mess with the state there as far as trying to do something outside of it. So in Russia, it's a different set of rules there. I can go ahead and tell you that now. They don't really deal with the whole, you want to go against what the government says? Cool. All right, you're out of here. So you'll come up missing real quick. And those banks, they're definitely trying to comply with the rules and regulations. And as we see, a lot of these funds are getting set up. We've seen ETF fund for Coinbase. We've seen it for Gemini. We've seen it for Digital Currency Group going back. So it's not only, other countries, but everybody's basically trying to set up this regulatory framework so that people can invest in these assets. Now, as crypto warriors, we know you can already buy these assets right now. You don't need permission. You don't have to, wait on the government to tell you, please, oh yeah, you can get them now. Buy it through us, and you can only sell it through us. You don't need that. You can do it right now. We have plenty of exchanges, plenty of decentralized ways. We're actually going to talk about one in a second to exchange your cryptocurrency. So, it's one of those news stories that I am encouraged that at least people know about it, and that bankers are testing it out. We'll see how far they get with it. Some of these other banks that have tested it out have failed. Most of them were the ones who use Ripple, but those tests will be interesting and good to see what will come out of that. So moving forward, Bancor. If you don't know, Bancor is a network as well as a Bancor token that you can use to actually, as a decentralized exchange, to swap assets such as Ethereum or really any Ethereum token that's out there. We actually discuss Bancor in our newsletter, which is out today, will be released to all of our subscribers. We actually discussed Bancor, the network, the token, how to use it. Great way to a decentralized exchange to exchange it. They are launching a network of blockchain-based community currencies in Kenya. They are aimed at combating poverty, and Bancor, as well as some of these other cryptocurrencies that have looked at any type of nonprofit helping communities thing. They always want to make sure that they get in there early so that they can have a stronghold with their token and with their business. So it's good to see that they're actually out there. Bancor, they partner with a nonprofit foundation called Grassroots Economics. They currently run community currency programs in 6 locations across Kenya. That's nice. And serving over 20 schools and 1,000 local businesses. So this is one of these feel-good stories that I like to hear. Bancor, as we stated before, is a token that you can use to transfer liquid assets. And the ability to do that, if you have any Ethereum token in the world, if you go to Kenya, if they mine for different cryptocurrencies, they can use Bancor to exchange it. And if somebody accepts one thing and not the other, that's what we talk about, the tokenized economy, where, this is for this is for that. And I believe that they, being in Kenya and KRBE, those places like that, they'll definitely get a stronghold because they're there early. So in Bancor's case, its protocol is implemented using multiple smart contracts. They are ERC20 compliant, and they actually have a Bancor foundation. So they are, definitely moving right now. And as far as decentralized exchanges go, one of the best decentralized exchanges out now. And the reason we discuss it in our newsletter is because from a price standpoint, it is lower than the price of the ICO right now. So whenever you see a token go lower than the price of the ICO, but it actually has a use case and it's, actually doing things, that's a good signal that you might want to look at for buying or for holding long term. So shout out to Bancor for being out in the community, getting it done, definitely raising demand for that token. Good to see that. So shout out to Bancor. Moving forward, next story. Let me get into some questions right here. Let me see. Let's see. Yep, John Siebert. Yeah, Africa has a lot of tech, leapfrogging, mobile phones, solar, crypto. Yeah, actually, in a lot of the nations that we looked at, they have a surplus of cell phones. I believe it was Nigeria. They have 2 cell phones or 1.5 cell phones to each person, somewhere around there. So they have enough cell phones in order to access technology. It's just first hearing about it. That's the biggest thing. Most people love it once they hear about it. 2 is learning about it, how to use it effectively. And then 3, of course, how can you build an economy around it? So it's going to take some time. It's definitely something that that has to be thought out. So let's see. The BIS has apparently hired a PR agency. Yeah, I just posted the link to the PR agency. This is, like I said, this is one of the things they do. You hire somebody, they write what they tell them to write, and they print it on different platforms. So you can't really, control it from there. Let's see what else we got there. BIS propaganda. Yep. I bet he said EOS was fantastic. Yeah. A few people. Yeah. Dude, you never consider setting up shop on the continent and making a killing? Yes, Jamal. We've actually been in talks with some people that are working in Ghana, that are working in a lot of places, Zimbabwe, South Africa. So trust me, it's in the future plans. But I will tell you, it's a lot of infrastructure has to be made to get to that point. I will say that. And building from scratch is not easy. And yeah, you're right, Shannon Allen. Blockchain Africa will be the game changer, in my opinion, because they have natural resources that they can back up their crypto with, which may actually bring in institutional investors more because they feel like those assets may be worth more than $1 or whatever the U.S. can provide as an asset. So Let's see. Moving forward, Freedom of the Press Foundation, who has Edward Snowden as one of their board members. They are starting to accept donations in 5 different cryptos. So if you have a nonprofit 501c3 out there, look at companies or businesses like this that are accepted nonprofits. It's possible, people. You don't have to limit yourself to only fiat currency. You can definitely accept crypto as well. A lot of people in crypto space look for people to donate to, and this is good to see here. So they described it. They said the move is a natural fit for the organization, which aims to support journalists reporting on issues within governments, said Executive Director Trevor Tim. He actually is quoted by CoinDesk as saying, if cryptocurrencies can lead to more awareness about anti-censorship and also make it easier for potential supporters to support nonprofits like Freedom of the Press, then I hope many other similar organizations follow suit in the coming months and years. Absolutely. I agree totally with them, because if you want what we call a decentralized economy, a decentralized world, one of the things that has to be able to be done is to access money without the stronghold of a central bank. And if you have a freedom of the press, you can get your bank accounts taken away, your rights taken away, just like that. And if you can't write what you want, what is freedom really? If you can't say what you want, what is freedom? We have the First Amendment for a reason. And as a human being, you should be able to express whatever you want to express. And people that want to pay you should be able to pay you for it. So if you can accept donations in crypto, that opens up your lane of people who can donate to international instantly. Because if people only donate fiat, you limit yourself to certain regions. And if someone can donate crypto, then they can send it from anywhere. They could literally be a group of people that could mine crypto and just send it to you as they go. People that pay monthly. There's a whole bunch of options. And if you have a group out there that may be deemed, anti, government or anti something, most people who have something like that, they're literally taken out of the game because of the money aspect. That aspect is gone. And I know as a Black person in the Black community who have tried for years to try and get stuff done, that was the last aspect. So other communities who try to get stuff done, if you're in any other community, the only thing holding you back usually was the money aspect. Because even if you made a lot of money, you had to go through the regulations of the banks in order to get it, or in order to use it or circulate it to whatever you need. So those days are going away. And I'm pretty excited that they are accepting it as donation, because these are the companies that will be winning in the future. Absolutely. So and one last thing, we live in a time when journalists around the world have never been at a greater risk of surveillance, arrest, or worse. And it's incredibly important that supporters of press freedom have all the available options to them to fight back. Absolutely. So like I said before, you need that option in order to fund yourself and be able to run your company or your business and be self-sufficient. So great to see there. Shout out to Ish Bartley. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Thanks for that donation. Definitely got to fuel the crypto flame. John Siebert, let's see. Mobile and decentralized technology is more profitable in Africa because they don't have competition from electric phone landline. Yeah, you're right. But one of the things you have to get over is the monetary policy of a lot of these countries is outdated and they still want control. So even if it will benefit them, they have a person behind the person, whoever is the president of the country, usually telling them this is how it's going to go or you're out of there. And we've seen enough assassinations of these leaders where I don't think they're going to speak out too much. The people have to basically demand it to a point where they don't have a choice, which is what's happening now. I mean, a lot of these companies, they didn't think people would want it. And then all of a sudden now everybody has to have some sort of blockchain product because. So yeah, definitely John Siebert. I would say it would probably be most profitable in that space as well. So moving forward, like I said, Jamal J, he's in New York up in the Bronx, BX. Bronx biker gang members actually charged with kidnapping and stealing $2 million worth of Ethereum. They actually found some guy that they wanted to rob at gunpoint. His name is Guzman, and they actually robbed him at gunpoint for $2 million worth of Ether. And as the story says here, luckily law enforcement officers were able to retrieve majority of the cryptocurrency. This is what most people don't talk about. Whenever crypto is stolen on the back end, a lot of times they can find it easily because these people, they don't know about crypto. They want to steal it, but we can track it. We can find what wallet it is. We see where you sent it, and boom, we got you. So being tech savvy is not most of these people's strong suits, but I will say that you don't want to see this happen on a large scale because, crypto is valuable, but hey, keep it gentlemanly, man. If you want to make money, just make it. So crypto related crimes have increased with time. Sort of, from demanding cryptocurrency by hacking into banks to sending phishing emails and selling user information. So less physical, more technological, I would say. Criminals are constantly trying to find different ways to trick people. which is that's life. That's humans. They were doing it with fiat. They'll do it with crypto. They'll do it in the future when we got robot money or whatever it is. So scammers gonna scam. So let's see. Now that we have gotten past sort of the bad news, just had to put that out there. Stay safe, people. Like we said, protect your crypto. Keep it off away from your house. Put it on a paper wallet. Put it in a safe. Put it underground. Like I said, get in storage. Trust me, people. You want to make sure you stay safe with that. So, like we said, that's the reason we report on stuff like this. Want to make sure people actually know there's two sides to this coin. It's not all sweet. It's not a bunch of nerds walking around anymore. They are real people. So look out for that and stay safe, people. But we will end on a bit of good news here. Your boy, William Shatner, boldly goes to fight Bitcoin's carbon footprint. Very surprising here, simply because William Shatner has spoken out against Bitcoin. He actually called it a cyber snob currency, which I can see that. Early on, even when I was first starting, there were a lot of people online that were already technically proficient, and they talked down to people who didn't know as much, which was hilarious because I was like, well, how are you going to grow your community if you don't share with people? But that kind of changed over time because people realized the more you help out the economy, the more it actually helps you out. So William Shatner doesn't describe it as a snob currency anymore. However, what I think he is doing now is trying to get back in good faith with this story of him helping out and actually advocating for Solar Alliance, a company based in Vancouver. This Canadian firm, they actually acquired an abandoned building in Murfreesboro, Illinois. They built a 3-megawatt solar farm, which was very impressive. Renewable energy company will then rent out space to crypto miners once the facility becomes operational. So what we're seeing here is a move from regular mining, which people still deem inefficient, but people in the community are moving towards more green technology in order to mine more efficiently so that the electricity that's used is even less and the amount of space that you use will be even less. So Solar Alliance, they, as well as there's a company in Japan, Kumamoto Electric Power, they also have different facilities where they're trying to make this technology better and make renewable energy as a part of cryptocurrency. So good to see William Shatner out actually promoting Solar Alliance as well as any other renewable energy that's out there today. Because in order for Bitcoin to succeed long term, we do need people who can use it, who can mine it, and renewable energy does nothing more than help. So good to see there. Let's look at a few more questions before we get out. I know there's a lot of content today. Let's see. V, thanks for the compliment. Oh yeah, looking forward to seeing the show. Oh yeah, definitely keep on tuning in. We'll keep continuing and getting better. Let's see. Shannon Allen, people using square pieces of paper is higher than crypto. Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, you're right. Start the crypto. Got to stop flaunting your wealth. Got to stop talking about whatever crypto millionaire stuff people doing riding around in Lambos. That's not for me. I like to keep it regular. I don't even I don't even talk to people about it. So let's see. If there's no more comments, let's see who we got up here. Facebook, a few more people. If there's no more comments, I'm going to get out of here today. Good show. We've had a lot of stuff that we had to discuss today. A couple of promotions. We are still running for the month of June. The first promotion is the 50/50 deal, where if you sign someone up as a subscriber, you both get 50% off our subscriptions. And also the newsletter bundle, 7 newsletters for $10. We will be releasing another newsletter bundle later this year. However, for the subscribers only, number 9 newsletter. Shout out for watching, even though I'm solo today. So hope you all have a good one.